Welcome to Ladies Who Launch, not your average business podcast. Dropping every other Wednesday, Alyssa and Dakota are two successful and opinionated marketing entrepreneurs engaging in insightful conversations with industry thought leaders, as well as casual conversations surrounding our lives as entrepreneurs.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ladies Who Launch. Coming at you from a very sunny fall day in Calgary is Dakota, doing a solo episode today as Alyssa is busy with some other things. So last episode, Alyssa was solo with a fabulous new guest of ours. We'd love to hear your feedback on the season and our guests. So please always feel free to throw us a DM on Instagram at ladieswholaunchpod. Anyway, guys, I hope that you've had a great week, and we're just going to do a little solo episode today and talk about some really important things that you should have built up or built into your business so that you can protect yourself on the off chance that you are not feeling well, or you run into a medical emergency, or need to take short-term leave, or you're having a health issue that requires you to take extended time off from work. So when we start a business, sometimes we don't always consider the fact that, well, what if I get sick? What if I want to go off and have a child, and take some time off to take some maternity leave? Or what if I experience an injury or get sick? How do I manage my business without a second me? I think it's pretty well known that all of us have staff or alternates or people who can give us a hand. And it can take between anywhere from a year to even 5 years to feel comfortable enough to bring somebody on to support you. I know within my own business, I've oscillated between subcontractors, employees. I've had people come on as interns, and I've come to the conclusion that for my particular business model, a small but mighty team is kind of what we need to get the job done to support our clients. But what if you're a solopreneur starting out and you don't have the budget or even the ability or energy to train and lead somebody who can support your business? So a couple things I've learned over the last 8 years in running my business is, number one, have really good insurance. Something that I looked into when I started Social Centric was the ability to have the same kind of insurance that you would have in a salaried position. It's a little bit different, obviously, but looking into what kinds of insurance are out there for solopreneurs on the off chance that, God forbid, you got sick or injured and could not come to work. There's some great programs out there through Blue Cross, Sun Life, Manulife, even through if you're part of an organization such as like a professional organization or affiliate organization, there's oftentimes discounted insurance through there, or even in your business insurance. You can look into insurance for short-term leave and so on and so forth. The insurance I have is through my business insurance, and it's kind of just an offshoot where I think I pay about $50 extra a month to basically cover me if something were to happen. And I believe the coverage I have is a certain amount on a monthly basis to pay the bills. And I believe it fluctuates with how much you're bringing in. So step number one, looking into really good insurance. Step number two, bringing on and training a subcontractor who can be your body double if for whatever reason you want to take a vacation, take time off, or let's say you get a really crappy long spell of COVID and you need to sleep it off and be in bed for like even 2 to 3 weeks. If you don't have the capacity or the budget to bring on a full-timer or a staff member, the next best thing is just having sort of a subcontractor who's available, or even two if you can, just in case the first one's not available, to cover you in instances where you need help. Now, what do you do if you suddenly get sick and these subcontractors can't cover you? This is why, number 3, your community is so important. Alyssa and I have talked lots of times about the importance of community when you're a solopreneur. And so, as an example, Dakota had not been on a vacation for a very long time and really needed to take one. So I actually recently, in the middle of getting somebody new onboarded for my company and being kind of in between subcontractors who could support me, I actually hired Alyssa to just basically be an account manager while I was gone. So she basically played me while I was gone and looked after all my clients for about 2.5 weeks. And honestly, it was perfect because Alyssa knows how I run my business. She runs her own business. So I know she's going to take care of mine because she cares. And she knows how I operate. And so she was able to take a nice little guide, a couple of introductions, and run with some meetings, take meeting minutes for me, and just do a couple of day-to-day things while I was gone. And so having somebody in your community who can kind of pick up for you in an emergency situation and so on and so forth. And so if Alyssa ever needs me, I would do the same for her. And so that's a really good resource to have as well. And then finally, number 4, making sure that you have as much stuff in your business automated as humanly possible. So if you're a social media manager, making sure you're using a really well-rounded third-party posting app that can auto send out your posts, but also making sure you have somebody on the ground to monitor and engage, or being able to just do that regardless of your situation. But again, having a subcontractor who can back you, or a friend or somebody that you trust to support you is hugely important. And just making sure that they align with your business and they have the skill sets needed to look after your clients properly. Other than that, I think as business owners, we all have a responsibility, depending on our business, to work towards making sure our clients are always taken care of, because the busier you get, you will find that you do have a responsibility to build out your team in some capacity, just to make sure you're taking care of your mental health and yourself first and foremost, that you're not getting run down and burnt out, but also making sure that your clients are taken care of in the best possible respect. Some of you might be wondering, well, how the heck do I forecast for this kind of thing? And that's where I got really stuck with my own business planning. It was like, that's a giant risk to take to bring on an employee. So my recommendation would be start with a subcontractor, test out kind of what your leadership skills are like, have some trial and error, get some feedback from them, see what it's like to actually manage people in that respect. And then my biggest recommendations for bringing on an employee are threefold. Number 1, save as much money as you can in the company, as well as if you can personally, just to deal with any surprise curveballs that might come your way, inflation, loss of a client, anything like that, life surprises, and just making sure you've got that cash in the bank to cover yourself and your employee should something go down. Making sure you have a business that's set up to nourish and take care of an employee, making sure you've got enough client work coming through the door so that if someone fell off, it wouldn't really be the biggest deal. Having that money saved up, as I mentioned before, and making sure that you have things, processes, and operations regulated enough that you're looking after your people and in a nice, organized way. And ultimately, making sure that you've got systems and practices in place to help them grow within the company so that they'll want to stay with you and so that they'll be able to do the best possible job while feeling really taken care of. So I hope that mini episode was helpful for you guys. Just a quick and easy one today. Alyssa and I look forward to jumping back with you in the next couple of weeks. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Ladies Who Launch.
Thank you for listening to Ladies Who Launch. Join Dakota and Alyssa every second Wednesday for more conversations and interesting guests. Be sure to give us a 5-star rating and connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. If you send us a question, we may answer it on a future episode.